I'm Sylvie.
I'm Kita.
And I'm Siofra, and we're the Silly Nerds.
Woo! So we're gonna play Asagao Academy again, because it's an adorable game and we need to finish it.
Yeah.
So last time we got cut off a little bit, because of some technical difficulties. We didn't know that we were cut off, so we played all the way till the end of day one. So we are gonna go back a little bit and it's pausing for some reason.
It's thinking. You know, you
thinking,
gotta give it time.
Okay.
Computers are the best, but they are really slow thinkers.
Yeah, so we need to go back to. It's not letting me. Okay, we'll just start here. Yeah.
Oh. Yep.
My feet's hot. I left the library. 2 surprisingly heavy books under one arm. I settled into bed, eager to get started with my new reading material, but Mai was sitting at her desk, carving a pencil idly into the pages of a notebook. Every few minutes, she released a long, drawn-out sigh as the lead of her pencil whined against the paper. I lowered my book and took the bait.
Is something wrong, Mai?
She let out another dreary sigh.
I hope Jared notices me this year. Does Jared know you like him?
Mai whirled around in feigned shock.
I don't like Jared. Oh?
I closed my book and set it aside, deciding to play along.
Well, have you at least tried talking to him? No. I mean, I have before. Why don't you try again?
She bobbed her head from side to side, considering this like it never crossed her mind before.
Yeah, maybe I could do that.
Once again, Mai is Kita confirmed.
Yes.
Satisfied, I picked my book back up.
Have you ever had a boyfriend, Hana?
Ooh.
Huh? Me? No, never. Really? Never? Never.
She's so done with Mai.
I bet you 10,000 yen that you meet a totally cute boy here and fall in love by the end of the school year.
Wasn't 10,000 yen like around $100?
Yes.
Yeah. US, like that. Oh my gosh.
Oh goodness. You're crazy.
Oh, sorry. I buried my face back in my book, barring Mai from any further discussion. Fall in love by the end of the year? Me? If I were a betting kind of girl, I'd take that bet. Okay, so we are going to read the diary, Dear Diary, from the first day and this morning. So.
Yeah, go ahead, Siofra. Dear Diary, today is the day I finally go to Asagao Academy. I couldn't sleep at all last night. When Dad dropped me off at the train station, he held my hand and stroked my hair. "You look like your mother did," he said, but he didn't elaborate. I miss Mom. I miss Dad, but hopefully this will be my fresh start.
Aww.
Dear Diary, things seemed to go well yesterday, and thank goodness for that. I seem to have somehow made a friend named Mai, and she's really cute. I'm lucky to have her on my side. She seems so popular and kind. Aside from that, I ran into this group of guys called the Normal Boots Club. They're really popular. I wonder whether I could get in with them too.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
Okay, now day 2.
dun
Woohoo!
dun.
I awoke the next morning with what felt like a lizard in my throat.
You know, the visual imagery in this game is fantastic.
Mai was already up, shuffling through her school bag with an enigmatic grin. The first day of school.
Hana, you're finally awake!
Her voice sliced through the air like a knife, and I winced. She was definitely a morning person.
Unlike me.
That's fair.
It's time for the first day of school. Aren't you excited? I can't wait to see what's gonna happen.
What do you mean? Is something special happening today?
Something strange always happens on the first day of school, especially to someone like you.
That seems really
She
ominous.
winked.
Either that or she's referring to the fact that Hana's the main character, so you know.
Ah, I keep accidentally. Hold on. I just. Ah, okay.
Someone like me?
You know what I mean.
I don't think she does.
Yeah.
She smiled and started messing with a pile of papers on her desk. Shaking my head, I got out of bed and pulled my uniform out of my closet. My palms sweat as I held the gold vest and blue jacket. Was it really possible for things to be different here than they were at home? What if the problem wasn't actually the school?
I'm getting some, main character vibes here.
Yep.
Wow, yeah, I wonder why. No. I shook the thoughts out of my head and changed into my uniform.
Not to mention some tragic backstory.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Oh!
What is it?
You look so cute!
Yeah, look at her. She's adorable.
Really?
Heat crept up my neck.
Yes, completely. Your hair matches your uniform so well. You look like a flower blooming straight out of the ground. Well, no, duh, her name is Hana.
Yeah.
For viewers who don't know, Hana means flower in Japanese. So, that analogy, just, duh, her name is Hana.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Water stung the back of my eyes, and I turned to start packing my backpack. Why was I getting worked up about something as little as this? I must have gotten less sleep than I thought.
Is something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. I'm just happy.
Aww.
How dumb was that? I started crying at the first sign of someone being nice to me.
Oh.
I took a deep breath to steady my nerves. What an oddly menacing laugh. Thud. All the air left my lungs as something like horse hooves slammed against my back.
You'll do just fine. Don't worry. This is going to be awesome.
I stiffly peered over my shoulder.
That was you.
Huh?
Mai stood behind me, her hand raised. Somehow, she had the strength of a bodybuilder.
Woohoo!
Nothing. Oof.
I was just about to zip my bag up when I spotted the book Satch gave me lying on my nightstand. The Princess Betrothed. He said that if I ever needed to be transported somewhere far away, I could take it with me. It was pretty good so far. Maybe it would be smart to bring it along, just in case I had no one to talk to between class periods? Would I need it
yes.
for my first day of class? Oh. Oh.
I'd say take it.
Take it. Take
Okay.
it.
Okay, that's
It's
a
such a good-
resounding take it. I put it into my already overfull bag, biting my lip. It never hurt to be prepared, right?
Exactly, especially when there's a
What if
book
Satch
involved.
sees her reading it and is like, ha ha ha, you took my advice.
Oh my gosh, that'd be adorable.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Stick with me and you'll be fine.
Mai opened the door, and together we stepped into the hallway, merging into a steady flow of chittering girls and fruit-flavored perfume.
You know, that is a very clear mental image.
Yeah,
There you go.
my first concern is fruit-flavored perfume, not fruit-scented perfume. Fruit-flavored.
No, it's
Yeah, that's
when
fair.
the perfume is like so densely packed that you
Yeah.
can use it and smell it at the same time.
Oh.
It's one of those things.
Oh, Mimi, this is my time to shine.
Yes.
Oh my! I did not know we lived on the same floor.
No way, really? That's so awesome. Now we'll be able to catch up. Whatever happened between you and...
The river of girls shifted as we headed down the stairs. Suddenly I found myself surrounded by a bunch of people I didn't know.
Aww. Oh wow, what a jerk he turned out to be.
Mai's exclamations faded into the buzz of voices in the air. Oh no. What would I do if we got separated? Anxiously, I searched the crowd of girls for Mai, but I couldn't find her. Everyone was dressed in the same Asagao uniform. It was difficult to tell anyone apart, and being so short really didn't help the situation. Siofra, it's
That's
us.
understandable.
We're
I
both
know.
really short.
Oh my gosh. I know this.
For reference, I'm 5'2", and Siofra, I think you're like 5'1.5" or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the tall one.
Yep.
she's a tall one. Sylvie, you and your tallness.
Sorry, it's just how my genetics worked out.
That's fair. Okay. As we turned the last corner down the stairwell, I saw a flash of red hair a little ways away in front of me.
Mai?
I reached between two girls and tapped her on the shoulder.
It's the wrong person. Oh no.
Should I do this one?
Sure.
Huh?
Oh,
Who are you?
The girl's eyes flashed, almost like a jolt of electricity shot through them.
I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else.
She said nothing and turned away. Before I knew it, I stood outside of Primrose House, watching the flow of girls disperse across campus. Mai was nowhere to be seen. I couldn't even hear her chirpy voice.
Oh man.
I took a deep breath, biting my lip. This wasn't a big deal. I could go to class alone. But I didn't even know where the building was.
Now that's an issue.
I reached into my backpack and dragged out my class schedule. Homeroom 206 Poppy Hall?
I love how everything's named after flowers.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one was Poppy Hall again? Weren't the classrooms on the other side of campus? I picked a direction and began to walk, trying to ignore my rising panic at the thought of arriving late to the first day of class.
You know, this is the perfect opportunity to run into another member of the Normal Boots Club.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. As a third year, where no one knew me, all of the people staring... Ah! Question marks!
Okay, who voices these question marks, especially since we don't know who the question marks are for?
Good question.
I could do 'em.
Okay.
Hey, you okay? You look a little lost.
Someone called out to me, and I turned around, almost jumping for joy. When I froze.
Oh,
A Normal Boots jacket!
Ah!
He was part of
called
the
it!
Normal Boots Club. I could practically feel my tongue swelling in my mouth. If this was a normal Boots Club member, I had to make a good impression.
I called it. I so called it.
Yep. He was one of the founders, right? Then he must be JonTron?
Yes. I'm new. I don't know where Poppy Hall is.
You a freshman? No problem. My class is in Poppy Hall. I'll walk you there. I still love that the bird has a tiny jacket.
Yeah.
It's adorable. I love Jacques.
Really? That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Was this really happening?
Apparently so.
Uh-huh.
He began walking toward a large brick building in an enthusiastic manner, pumping his arms up and down like he was in some kind of show tune. I fell into step beside him.
I have no idea what that feels like.
Yeah, no, definitely not, says a theater major.
Definitely not.
Yeah, 2 of us are theater majors. I didn't notice it when Mai pointed him out to me yesterday, but JonTron had big brown eyes and a warm-looking face. He was basically a human puppy.
Even better.
Put that dog filter over him.
Yeah, I glanced up at him out of the corner of my eye. A bird? A bird on his shoulder!
How have you not noticed, Hana?
Birds always made me uncomfortable. Something about the ease with which they could poke out someone's eye.
Like Cinderella's stepsisters.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I should not do that right now. Alright. Is something wrong? Why'd you stop?
No, nothing's wrong.
Are you sure?
He followed my gaze to the bird on his shoulder.
Oh, this is Jacques. Isn't he cute? The main character in the Hallmark movie I watched last night was named Jacques.
I'll be Jacques. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, he's a robot bird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It spoke?
Yeah?
He put his hand on his shoulder. Jacques jumped into his palm.
Jacques is a robot bird. See?
Yeah, see?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Hello. Jacques' eyes gleamed a dangerous red when he spoke, but nothing else suggested he wasn't a normal bird. In fact, if I hadn't known better, I would have said the red in his eyes was painted on.
That's amazing.
I agree, Hana.
Yeah. Jacques twitched his head to the side, examining me in return. The more he looked at me, the less afraid I was.
Until he poked out your eyeballs. Sorry.
What are you looking at?
What? Nothing. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Jacques can be a little sassy.
A sassy robotic bird. That's great.
Who are you calling sassy? I'm not the sassy one. I don't forget to feed you.
Jacques, that was one time.
I was alone and starving in the frozen tundra of this empty world. Loveless, afraid.
Jacques is quite poetic.
I love Jacques.
Ignore him. I've been bringing him with me to the drama club, and he's taken a little too well to it.
That's even better.
I see how this is. Shut me out like I have nothing to add to the conversation.
I think Jacques or Mai might be my favorite part of this so far.
Jacques retook his place on John's shoulder, this time facing away from us as if miffed. We resumed our walk towards Poppy Hall.
I'm JonTron, by the way. Call me John.
Hana, nice to meet you.
Hana? That's a cute name.
Oh. Well, thank you. So, how long have you had Jacques?
Since middle school, we've been together for 4 years now. Ain't that right?
I'm not listening.
Yeah, well... I love him to death. I don't know what I'd do without him.
It seemed like life would be a lot easier without him, but who was I to say? We arrived at the brick building. A white sign surrounded by poppies declared it to be, unsurprisingly, Poppy Hall.
Which room are you in?
Room 206.
Seriously? Oh, he's gonna be in our homeroom class, isn't he?
Well, let's see. Yes?
That's my homeroom. We're in the same class. Inconceivable.
You
All
keep
right.
using
keep
that
saying
word.
that word.
I do not think it means what you think it means.
I'm sorry. They keep mentioning they have they have a rebranded Princess Bride. I gotta make a quote somewhere. Okay.
That's fair. John laughed and clasped me on the shoulder.
Wonderful. I guess I'll be seeing me. Wonderful. I guess I'll be seeing more of you then, right?
Right.
Together we entered Poppy Hall. Poppy Hall was lined with fluorescent lights and Asagao blue lockers. The lack of students milling around in the hallway indicated we were a bit late.
Oh dear.
We ran up the stairs and made it into the classroom just as the bell rang.
Woohoo!
My heart caught in my throat. Thankfully, the teacher hadn't come yet. Oh, I love the teacher, you guys. She's great. Instead, students clumped into tight pods and milled around the classroom, catching up on vacation news.
Thank you so much for showing me to class, John.
No problem. I'll see you around.
He waved and disappeared into the wriggling mass of students.
That makes them sound like gummy worms. All right.
I was gonna say maggots, but you know, we're not gonna go with that.
I glanced around the room looking for an empty seat.
Let me guess. She picks one in the back near the window.
I actually don't remember. I think she does, though.
See, that's an anime trope.
Yeah, I know.
Video idea. Guys, we might be doing a video about anime tropes.
Ooh,
Woohoo!
I like it. Okay. Continuing on.
Hana!
Mai peeled herself out from between a cuddling couple?
Um,
Wait, are we not talking about that? Are we not talking about that?
let's just keep going on. I don't want to talk about that.
Does that mean that she, like, pushed them apart? Or was she part of the cuddling?
I'm very confused.
Ah!
Was that JonTron? Were you just talking to JonTron?
Yeah?
Mai's eyes widened, and I couldn't help feeling a little smug.
I realized I didn't know the way to class after you and I got separated, and he offered to walk me.
Mai emitted a highly pressurized squeal. Oh dear.
JonTron walked you to class? Oh my gosh, you have to tell me everything.
She grabbed me by the wrist and pulled me to an empty desk in the back corner of the room, right next to the window.
Anime tropes!
Woo!
I saved you a seat!
I slid in and took off my backpack, hooking it on the side of my desk. I was a little bit worried the books inside were too heavy for the bag to handle, but so far it held up well.
Sorry we got separated, by the way. It can get a little chaotic sometimes. So, tell me, what happened? What did he say? What did he smell like? Does he have peach fuzz? Is it rough?
He clearly has facial hair.
Clearly. I mean, you can see it. It's like right there. Wait, what?
These are very important questions questions I'm asking, you need to answer them. Was his hair super silky, or did it have the roughness of a dog's coat?
Before I could answer, the door to the front of the room slid open and a tall woman strolled in. The class went quiet and obediently slid into their seats. My heart beat furiously, blood rushing through my ears. Miss Shizuka.
Shizuka.
Yeah, who wants to read for her?
I want to read for her.
Okay.
Go ahead, read for her.
Good morning, class.
The teacher's melodious voice swam through the room, calming the buzz high of students from the break. My shoulders relaxed and my fear ebbed away.
I am your teacher, Shizuka
Wakahisa.
Wakahisa.
Yeah.
Wakahisa. You may call me Miss Shizuka.
The emphasis she placed on the word led me to believe that calling her Mrs. wasn't a mistake she would take lightly.
Oof. Some of you might have noticed that we have a new student this semester.
Some of you, as in half the normal, or a third of the normal Boots Club.
Yeah.
Yep.
A hail of murmurs passed through the class. Some people glanced at me. Nope, there was the fear again.
Would you like to come up and introduce yourself?
I nodded, stood, and slowly walked to the front of the room, counting my steps to make sure I wouldn't fall. I faced the class, took a deep breath to introduce myself, and noticed a familiar face in the crowd.
Which familiar face? John Trotter? Oh. Or normal Boots Club.
There was John, sitting with two other boys wearing normal Boots Club jackets. One of the boys, the tallest one, was staring at me, the barest of frowns on his face. Something about him seemed really familiar. Wait. He was PBG, wasn't he? The other founder of the Normal Boots Club? Suddenly, all the strength left my knees. What should I do? Why was he frowning? Was it possible that I already made a bad impression on him?
Why is she so worried about impressing these guys?
I don't know. I mean, this is your first day at school.
You had to be kidding me. If he didn't like me, what did that mean about everyone else? Would they follow his lead? I swallowed. The faces of the class began to congeal, forming one giant blob.
You moved from Amari... How do you pronounce that?
Amaririzu.
Amaririzu, right?
I nodded and swallowed again. Then, like a beacon of light, maybe like the eye of Sauron, I noticed Mai smiling and giving me a thumbs up. That's right. What would Mai do in this situation?
Yes. I just moved here. My name is Hanu Mizuno. I'm transferred from Amaririzu Public High School. I'm really excited to be here. I hope you all take good care of me from now on.
I bowed my head to the class, and they clapped politely. When I looked up, PBG wasn't frowning, but he still seemed oddly confused.
Well,
Welcome to the club.
And by now she's met 3 different members of the Boots Club, which means that he's probably heard 3 different things that, about her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This isn't a spoiler, but, him being confused about her is foreshadowing something.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's my favorite route, by the way, is PBG's route. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. Anyway. Maybe he always looked like that?
Thank you. You may be seated.
I returned to my seat, heaving a small sigh. The hardest part of the day was over. Shizuka began to talk about standard procedure for the semester, the rules for classes, when homework was due, and that sort of thing. It was all very similar to my old school, and I spaced out in spite of myself.
Uh-oh.
A brief flicker of movement caught my eye. PBG again. I glanced at him, and his head snapped back to the blackboard. What was his problem?
Did
Class?
he know her in, like, elementary school or something?
Class continued on like that until finally the bell rang and it was time for lunch.
Mood.
Mai stretched her arms over her head and yawned.
Finals week, everybody!
Yeah. Oh.
You're fine, Siofra. Alright.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Man, I hate the first day of class. It's always so boring.
Weren't you looking forward to it this morning? Something about exciting things happening?
Well, yeah, but it already did. You met Jontron, didn't you? Now I've got nothing left to look forward to.
Oh.
She sighed.
And I was hoping to see Jared before class, too.
She slouched and fell across the front of my desk. It seemed like this would be happening. A lot.
Is Jared really that hot?
Mai's head snapped back up, her eyes flashing.
Oh.
What did you say? If you stare directly for too long, your nose will melt off. I've seen it happen.
Oh dear.
What?
I love the darkening over the nose.
Yep.
Anyways, let's head to lunch. I'm super hungry.
Oh.
I looked at my backpack. It held up well throughout class, but I worried that if I didn't take some of my stuff out now, it might do some permanent damage to it, especially with Satch's book in there. I couldn't exactly afford a new backpack.
I need to put something in my locker first.
But if we don't go now, they'll run out of sesame seed buns.
Oh.
That's okay. I'll just go on ahead. Come find me, okay?
Alright.
Well, at least Hana knows where the lunchroom is.
Yeah. I was so lucky to have someone like her as my roommate. Quick as I could, I went to my locker and shoved the book inside. As good a book as it was, I was infinitely happier that I had Mai around so I didn't have to read it. Without her, who knew what I would do with myself, especially with PBG staring at me like that. Maybe I could ask her what was up with him when I met her at the cafeteria? It might just be the way he was. Cheered, I headed for the cafeteria.
And she gets lost. Oh,
oh, we're good.
dang it.
I carried my melon bread through the minefield of people, searching for the now familiar sight of Mai's red hair. Melon bread? Is that a thing? Is that like...
I have no idea. I've never heard it mentioned before.
Huh.
Anywhere but here.
Where is she?
I couldn't see her anywhere, and there were almost no empty seats. All around me, students circled each other, laughing and joking, sharing bites of food and splitting the cost for sodas. Suddenly, I felt very obvious and very alone.
Isn't there anywhere I can sit?
Did she end up at the boots table?
Just then, I spotted a table at the front of the room. A lone boy sat at it, stabbing his spaghetti with the vigor of a Roman general. He was having a hard time with it.
It's Caesar.
Oh, let's hope not. We don't need a stabbing.
You get stabbed.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the spaghetti is Caesar. He's stabbing the spaghetti.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I moved closer to him, working up the courage to ask to sit with him. Well, no wonder. He was eating his spaghetti with a spoon. Wait a second. This guy was in my class, wasn't he? I saw him that morning at the front of the room. And he was wearing a jacket just like the normal Boots Club's, but different. A gold and gray jacket with an 8-bit block on the front. Was he a member of another club? Or maybe he was friends with them?
Hey, what?
Hana!
Oh, my!
Mai appeared between me and the boy, who glanced up at us before returning to his spaghetti.
Thank goodness I found you. I saved a table for you in the back.
Oh.
I looked at the boy, then back at Mai.
Come on!
She grabbed my shoulder rather forcefully and pushed me to the back of the room.
Hey, what's wrong?
Okay.
You are so lucky I got here when I did. That kid is Brutal Moose. His real name's Ian. He's from the Hidden Block Club.
The Hidden Block Club?
Yeah, the rival club of normal boots. He's really weird. I mean...
She looked around her to make sure no one was listening in, but we were completely alone in our little corner of the cafeteria.
He speaks in Comic Sans. You know, I love that mental image. He speaks in this specific type of font.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah, it'd be better to stay away from him, especially since you've already gotten to know some of the normal Boots guys.
What are you talking about? I only just met John today.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I saw the way PBG was staring at you. He totally likes you.
Really? Is that what you thought it was?
Either Mai was blind, or she had a serious case of wishful thinking. Oh, that reminds me of a musical. There's a line in Hairspray that says, either she's blind or completely deranged.
Yes, that's in the song Miss Baltimore Crabs. I
Yep.
don't like that song. I skip it every time.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway.
Oh, totally. It was so cute, just like my favorite manga. You meet in high school, fall in love, and then go off and fight aliens together.
Exactly. That's exactly how reality works. Thank you, Mai.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Why not,
Good
Hana?
job, Hana. Stay rooted in reality. Have some faith in yourself. That's totally what's happening.
Yay, I'm gonna go fight some aliens.
Heck yeah.
So, now you're in good with PBG. Can you introduce me to Jared?
What?
Dude, Mai has got it bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh, was that what she was getting at? A hot flash of doubt seized me. Was it possible that Mai only liked me because she thought I knew the normal Boots guys?
No.
That couldn't be the case, though. She was so nice.
See, she's just a little preoccupied with romance, so...
Yep. Yeah, she's very
You
boy
need to
crazy.
keep that in mind, Hana.
She's extremely boy crazy. Okay.
Very.
Still, looking at her shining and eager face, I couldn't talk myself out of the idea.
I actually thought PBG didn't like me.
What? Why would you think that?
He was... Oh, sorry.
He was glaring at me.
Man, you just don't understand. It's a love triangle. A love triangle.
Wait, a triangle now?
I can see it.
Stars practically erupted from her eyes.
Anime style.
PBG, I can't.
Oh no.
But Hana, I love you. But my maidenhood.
Oh dear.
Where are you going with this?
That's exactly what I was thinking, Hana.
I love Hana's face.
She's
Like,
done.
the
She is
sweat drop
done.
and the frustration.
I slammed my fork onto the table. Mai looked pleased with herself.
Okay, I'm just kidding. You're really cute when you blush. You almost match your hair.
That's not fair at all.
I beg to differ.
Still,
I searched my mind, eager to change the subject.
that was an impressive scenario.
What? No, it wasn't. I just made it up on the spot.
Mai laughed
feel like-
nervously.
I feel like Mai would be an excellent member of the drama club.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so that girl who was talking to me when we got separated.
Mai told the story of her past friendship with this girl like they were eternal arch nemesis.
Like Harry and Draco. Okay.
Apparently they had some bad blood.
Cause you know we got bad blood.
I know that's where my brain went too. Goodness.
Same.
Okay.
I nodded, choosing to take the time to relax. Before I knew it, we were finished eating.
Time for more classes.
We got up and tossed our trays together as I headed towards the door, though Mai hesitated.
Hey, I forgot something back at the dorm.
Oh, need help?
No, I'm totally okay. I'm just going to go get it. I'll see you later though, right?
Okay, see you in class.
Suspicious.
Very.
I waved and Mai sprinted off in the direction of the dorms. Alone again, I crossed my arms and headed back to Poppy Hall. Large groups of 7 or 8 people were laying out in the sun, playing catch and eating lunch on the lawn. It looked like fun to have so many friends like that. I smiled. Maybe this new school really would be better than my last. Without students inside of it, Poppy Hall looked a bit like an abandoned hospital.
Ooh, that's terrifying.
Ooh. My footsteps echoed as I climbed the stairs to the 4th floor. With a sigh, I opened up my locker and pulled out the book Satch gave me. It was a good thing I brought it, after all. I stepped into the classroom and saw a flash of movement by the window.
Another normal boots?
A boy sat on the windowsill and he jerked up when I came in. He was silhouetted by the afternoon sunshine, so I couldn't quite tell who he was.
Hello. I'm sorry, did I bother you?
The boy stood and shook his head, then he crossed to his desk on the opposite side of the room. As he passed, I was able to see him clearly. Another Normal Boots Club jacket?
Oh, good golly. Up to
These
4.
guys are everywhere.
This guy, he was Shane from the Normal Boots Club. How on earth did this keep happening to me?
Because you were the
Because you're
main
the
character.
Shane sat down at his desk, fidgeted with his hands a little, then turned to look at me. Oh, wait, who wants to be Shane? I can be Shane.
Yeah, go ahead and be Shane.
Okay, I'm pretty sure he's British, at least as far as I can remember. So, you're the new girl. I nodded.
My name is Hana. It's nice to meet you.
He nodded. Shane. Silence filled the space between us. Panic built up inside me. This was my chance to get in with the Normal Boots Club, and I was blowing it.
Why do you want to be in this club so bad?
Like, what is
yeah.
the purpose?
I don't know. To be popular? To have friends, probably?
Yeah, that's fair.
I walked to my desk and sat down, setting the book on top of it.
You,
Shane looked at me, unsmiling.
you're part of the Normal Boots Club.
Way to go, Captain Obvious.
Yes, I am. Why? He spoke as if it were a challenge, almost glaring at me.
I just saw your jacket, so
I trailed
she's
off.
about as awkward as I feel.
Yeah.
The jackets are really cool.
Yes, they are. Silence again. He seemed skeptical, as if he expected me to crawl out of my skin and reveal myself to be a large amphibious reptile.
I mean, she did have a lizard in her throat. So.
That's fair, that's fair. I had to do something. Who knew when another chance like this would come? But Shane didn't seem friendly. In fact, he seemed downright suspicious. Surely he wasn't on to me already, not coming on to me.
Do you have like superpowers or something, Hana? Like
maybe she does.
Are you a magical girl? Like
she has pink hair. It might be.
So in other words, she could become a magical girl. Alright.
Maybe it was better not to risk it. Another decision.
I say give him his space.
Okay, Siofra?
I want to go with try talking to him, but at the same time, it's like, she's so awkward, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, and it seems like he doesn't want to talk to her, so maybe if she gives him his space...
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
That is a very good point.
Then it'll be easier for them to become friends, because he'll be like, okay, she respects boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And he can tell that to the group. So I say give him his space.
Okay. Siofra?
I like Sylvie's comment. I think we should give him his space.
Okay. I chewed my lip and opened up my book, finding the page I ended on the night before. Shane's stare still stung, hot on the side of my face. That's like a tongue twister. Shane's stare still stung.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah. Alliteration is awesome.
He wasn't looking away. I stared at the page of my book, rereading the same sentence without grasping any of what it said.
Those are the same sentence without grasping anything of what it said. Pulls a lemony snicket. Okay.
Yep.
Finally, a small group of girls entered the classroom and Shane looked away. The atmosphere was broken.
Oh dear.
I heaved a sigh of relief. What was up with these normal boots guys? John was really nice when I spoke with him, but PBG and Shane seemed to hate me. They were anything but normal. I waited for Mai to come to class, wanting desperately to tell her what happened. But when the bell rang and Miss Shizuka started teaching, Mai still hadn't come. Class came and went. The bell rang and I was alone. PBG stared at me for the entirety of the class period, his face growing more and more menacing by the minute.
You guys have a serious crush on her.
How his face wasn't stuck in perma-frown, I would never know. Shane and John didn't bother talking to me as they left the classroom, and the other students paired up around me.
Aww.
Oh, this is the other question mark girl. I think Siofra was reading.
Kakusu. Alright. Hey Mimi. Or, no, that's not the right voice. Hey Mimi, would you like to engage in a casual discourse this evening?
Yeah, of course. But why are you talking like that?
Okay then. That was weird.
There are a bunch of random subplots too, just so you know, and they're really funny when you like delve into them.
Okay.
I stuffed my book into my backpack and headed to the dorm. With a sigh, I unlocked the door to my room. As soon as the door opened, I heard...
Hana!
What?
Mai and I lay in a heap on the floor.
I'm so glad you're back!
She wrapped her arms around my head and nuzzled me.
She's like a kitten, I swear. Okay.
What are you doing?
Come, look!
She got off me and helped me to my feet. Without Mai's face filling my vision, I saw that something had changed.
Oh my goodness.
The dorm room looked nothing like what it had before. The posters and fairy lights were still up, but now the windows had light pink curtains on it that cast a warm haze around the room. A brand new white carpet was on the floor. Pillows were piled high in a mountain on the top bunk of the bunk bed. Even our chairs had been replaced with new, cushy leather ones.
What happened here?
Sorry, I didn't tell you, but I wanted to surprise you. I thought this would come in yesterday, but was delayed by a day. I wanted to set it up to be a big surprise. I'm still not done yet, though.
She gestured to some small potted plants arranged in neat rows on her desk.
Want to help?
Do I ever?
That sounded a little sarcastic, Siofra.
Sorry.
We finished setting the room up, switching a few objects here and there in order to better facilitate the feng shui. That's how you say it. The feng shui, which Mai told me was excruciatingly important. I can't speak today, my goodness. Excruciatingly important.
I had a speaking blunder, it's fine.
She especially wanted to make sure our room was filled with reds and pinks and coupled items, though for what purpose I wasn't sure.
So Mai is a huge shipper.
Yep.
Yep.
We collapsed with heavy sighs on the floor, then heaved great big yawns.
Don't do that!
No, I'm yawning! Ah!
It's not even the end of the day yet, and I'm so tired.
Oh,
Well,
I thought you
still
were
have
actually
homework.
saying that, sorry.
Me too.
You know, I was about to agree as well.
Wait.
She shot up suddenly with a jolt.
We should get some ice cream.
Yes. Ice cream? Really?
Yeah, something to celebrate being roommates. The ice cream here on campus is genuinely good. I promise. Especially the superhero flavor.
Mhm. Oh, now I miss our campus ice cream.
Oh, me too.
Ah.
Oh.
Oh well.
I don't know.
And I'm paying!
Well, if that's the case, you made an offer I can't refuse.
Nothing is better than free food.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet! Let's go! I love the sweet because that's kind of ice cream in
Yeah.
general.
Let's go. Become Mario, just casually. Anyway.
Let's go.
The school shop was in a side building off the cafeteria, packed with instant noodles and giant bottles of soda. Students wandered the aisles aimlessly, clearly here more to spend time than money. Mai paid the cashier and we grabbed our ice cream cones, mine the one covered in sprinkles.
Wow, this is delicious.
Isn't it? We're lucky to have such good food on campus. This place would be awful if we didn't.
I nodded and was about to respond when I noticed a commotion outside.
Fight, fight, fight. Sorry.
Ooh, let's see what's going on.
Mai grabbed my arm and dragged me outside. There, 3 boys wearing normal boots jackets were shouting at each other, each of their faces turning purple. Okay, there's 3 of them.
Yep.
There's 3 of us.
Ooh,
Alrighty then.
let's do it.
This again.
What are you talking about?
Okay, who wants to be Paul? That's the one in the middle.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I am clearly the one who possesses the proper masculine form.
I believe Josh is the green eyes. No.
I can be Josh.
Josh is the ginger one. Sorry.
Okay, Josh is
Josh
ginger.
is
That should be
ginger. I
easy to
can be
remember.
Josh.
Okay, go.
Yeah, right. I'm taller than you, more attractive to boot.
Come on, guys. Can you not see these muscles? Nick pulled back the sleeve of his jacket and flexed his arm.
These guys always go on about weird stuff like this. They're very energetic.
Oh, yeah?
Josh got into the downward-facing dog yoga pose and grinned.
read this.
You have to. It's a requirement.
Give me 1 second. Look at this butt. Just look at this.
What I don't understand is why they don't just ask Jared. Oh, yeah?
Paul kneeled low to the ground, then took off at a sprint, heading straight for us.
He's gonna run into Hana.
Uh-huh.
Check this out.
He sprang into the air in a graceful ballerina's leap, spinning through the sky, and finally came straight for me.
Ah.
When I opened my eyes, I was sprawled flat on the ground, covered in dirt. Something cold and wet oozed into the top of my blouse.
Oh. Hana, are you okay?
I sat up. Chunks of ice cream fell from my blouse to my skirt.
Aww. Ugh. What happened?
You ran into someone, you idiot.
My uniform. It's ruined.
For a few seconds, silence, then snickers rippled around me like the whining of cicadas. My throat closed up, water stinging my eyes.
Not this. Not again.
Aww.
I stood up, prepared to walk away with dignity, when the entirety of the Normal Boots Club suddenly appeared in front of my face.
Oh my gosh.
I love this. What happened here?
Seriously? Tears slid down my face. No, not here. I didn't want to cry in front of them. Oh, I'll read PBG. Hana, are you alright?
Oh. I'm going home.
Home to the dorm or home?
I'm pretty sure she just means to the dorm.
Wait, Hana?
It's fine. I just want to be alone for now.
It took all of my will not to run back to the dorm. I immediately changed into my pajamas and climbed into bed, reaching for my stuffed rabbit.
What am I going to do if it ends up just like last time?
Mr. Bunny stared at me with his big, lifeless eyes. I squished him to my chest, losing myself in his soft fur.
No.
The door opened with a soft click.
Hana? Are you okay?
I rolled over in bed to face the wall, pretending to be asleep. Mai stood in the center of the room for a while, looking at me. Oh my, what is that sound? Is that a car just zooming by someone's window?
Yeah, that was the car zooming by my window.
Oh dear.
Loud car.
That
Sorry.
was beautiful timing.
It adds a bit more realism to the game.
Yeah. Finally, she sat down at her desk and began to work on something. The sound of her pencil scratching against the paper stilled my mind. I don't know how many hours passed, but eventually I fell asleep.
Poor Hana.
Yeah, seriously. Oh. Okay, that's the end of day 2. I think the, journal entries that she has, her diary, are, the beginning of each day. So let's do that next time.
Yep,
Okay.
sounds good to me.
Thanks for watching, guys.
And may
Bless
the
you.
fandom be ever in your favor.
Alrighty.
Bye, guys.
Bye.